Hey guys, Just from Gundam here with another Gundam MSIA review, and today we're reviewing the Axel Gundam, new and improved. This is the new color scheme we've come up with. This, I always wanted a new color scheme, always wanted to get rid of that horrible Epion purple that we always had, and now we did. And a lot of people, you guys agreed with me too, that it needed to go, but we weren't, it took some research and development in how to paint MSIA and what kind of paints to use so they didn't dry sticky, because I've had bad experiences with that. Other bad experiences where the paint just, you know, like you pushed your finger on it and the paint just rubbed right off. It was terrible. So it took a lot of experience in the research and development. This review was requested by a friend of mine, Faceboy89. He's a very skilled painter and paints most of our G.I. Joes for Gundam Father of Peace. Gundam Father of Peace is our stop-motion animation series. As most of you know, it takes forever to make releases because we put a lot of quality and effort into it. But with our Axel Gundam painted, we're going to be doing a lot more filming, and he's slated for a lot of filming here soon. And we draw ever closer to the release of Part 2. So, let's go over what it's built out of. It's a custom suit. A little bit of backstory that you'll learn in Gundam Father of Peace. The Axel Gundam is an alternative mobile suit to the RX-78. As you can see, it has some resemblances, and at the same time, it's its own suit. It's very much its own suit. It's from a different company, and it's rivaling and trying to win a bid for mass production. It has no core block system to make up to allow it to have a bigger reactor, allowing it more power. It has missiles up in here. One of the features I really like is the missiles. It has guns down here and head Vulcans. And its beam sabers, much like the ground type Gundam, are kept down in here rather than on the backpack, which we have a custom part like so. I don't have the beam saber handle handy, but for stop motion animation, there's this one right here that opens and closes, and this one is a one that's open. It has the beam saber, you know, sticking out and ready to grab. And I have a left and a right of each. And these, you know, because they're the MSIA, I could just, you know, pop the leg off and stick this one on instead. We're working on building multiple Axel Gundams. Just to show you what the color scheme used to look like, here is an Axel Gundam in the works. No sanding or painting yet, and you can see how the reds somewhat clash. The hideous Epion purple is horrific, and yeah, just get you some details in there. See what it looks like as it's being built. But the red compared to that purple, so much better, absolutely better. So big improvement. The units that I use for this, well, first I want to give off some of my inspiration. The ground type Gundam helped inspire it. Like I said, it has legs like the ground type Gundam. I just love the blue frame, so I wanted to incorporate it. But the Axel Gundam is kind of designed to look like the real type Gundam in a way, in its color scheme. In its own way, you know, it's kind of bright. It has the blue and a little bit of yellow, and it has the red. So it's not perfectly real type, but at the same time, it's more real type. The greens really match up well. In our series, as it goes on, the Axel Gundam will be accompanied by a real type gun cannon or two, which they are a good match with each other. So let's go over what I used to build it. Uh-oh, that just broke. I'll have to replace that. That's not good. Never happened before. It's probably one of my oldest shield, and it's the painted shield. Fortunately, they're easy to produce. This is a blue frame shield, now with a broken handle, but I can probably replace that That, and I need multiple shields, one that'll actually be permanently on the arm. I use a lot of multi-parts, you know, like I have other Axel Gundam forearms that I just swap out as I need to because it's easier than swapping out the hands. And there will be an Axel Gundam forearm that'll have the A shield permanently attached to it because there will be several of these shields. So that broken handle is really not a problem. Anyways, blue frame shield with some of our blue paint on it. Blue frame head. This is a strike beam rifle. Makes for some cool looks. Painted it blue a little bit. We used Wing Gundam version 1 hands because it allows that beam rifle finger, but it also gives it the big hands that have really big, you know, the nubs that fit into the arms, they're large, and so it provides good friction in the hand area. These are Sandrock version 2 arms, allow for a great deal of flexibility and a nice color match. But Buster Gundam's shoulders, repainted the missile hatches and painted them in the back. Heavy Arms version 2 backpack. The Axel Gundam's backpack, there's a second version that hasn't been repainted yet where the backpack can turn so you can boost side to side. That's one of the features of the Axel Gundam. Unfortunately, animating with a backpack that turns is kind of difficult because, you know, sooner or later the backpack gets turned and you're like, oh no. So we build multiple versions. This version is the less flexible Axel Gundam, where the backpack does not move and the waist just turns side to side. Comparison is one of the original Axel Gundams, and the waist was modified so it could move up and down. So, you get the idea. That's the more flexible kind of version. These are from Burning Gundam. They're the chest guns. This neck peg right here is from Wing Zero Customs Wing. Had to cut it down to size. The body and the lower torso are both from Epion version 2. See, we had some nice blue in there painted. Really like it. The upper legs are from Wing Zero version 2. Lower legs are from the Asura Gundam. Feet are from Shining Gundam. And the leg covers are from Shining Gundam. And the beam sabers we usually use for it are from Tall Geese 1. So you got quite an assortment of figures there. Now to go through the articulation. Arms turn 360 degrees, shoulders stay on well, nothing falls off. The arms have a great deal of flexibility there. I worked hard to make the Axel Gundam as close to a Gundam version 2 as I could. Hands turn 360 degrees, arm turns 360 degrees, head 360 degrees, can turn side to side and up and down, so a nice ball joint. Like I said, the other version's backpack can turn. Backpack also has boosters that are very aimable, which will look good in animation. The skirt is on a ball joint on the sides, so it allows for nice flexibility. This is also flexible with little boosters underneath. Needs a lot of boosters to make something this big move. That's the reason why the backpack boosters are so large compared to, you know, a regular Gundam. It needs a lot of force to move. These are swappable, like I said, so that they can have the open version, or the version that opens. I'm working on improving those even more. Legs go that far forwards, and that far back. And quite a deal of flexibility in there as well. The only spot that doesn't have a ton of flexibility is the foot joint, but it does pretty good. And that's, oh, the waist turns 360 degrees as well. And that is the Axel Gundam, the new and improved, repainted, better than before Axel Gundam. My wife worked really hard on this, and she spent like a month just sanding him down and painstakingly painting every part to perfection. And sooner or later, she'll have to make another one. But don't tell her that right now, because she's pretty burnt out. But this is my pride and joy. It's my favorite. And I think it looks very UC, despite not having any UC parts in it. The beam rifle is supposed to be a modified Gundam beam rifle. That's why I chose a strike rifle, because it's very similar. The shield the same way. And so, yeah, that's our Axel Gundam. Check out the footage, because here's some right now.
Alright, let's start with the basic weapons tests. Machine gun. Excellent. Now for the next weapon.
Why is this called a hammer? I mean, what am I supposed to do with it?
Thank you for your comments from the peanut gallery. Now run the test. Now let's test the beam rifle. Hit all 3 of the dummy Zakus.
Huh. I guess the beam rifle wasn't calibrated yet. Oh well. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. 1, 2.